Championship Television.
Being number 2 in the country can put a bounce in your step. But this is not the Aggie team of a year ago, but rather a disciplined unit that makes few mistakes. Reveille readies herself for a possible upset, while the Aggies' #1 fan looks on from above. As we go to the New York studios to John, Craig, and Aaron.
Brad, thanks a lot. Welcome to the... All right, stick around. When we come back, it will be Oklahoma facing Texas A&M. The Sooners looking to remain unbeaten.
It was the best of times for the 2002 Texas A&M football team. Led by a freshman quarterback named Reggie McNeil, the Aggies shocked the top-ranked team in the land, denying Oklahoma their dreams of a national title, a defeat that would resonate in the minds of the Sooners for over a year. For 60 minutes last November 8th, the Sooners showed A&M just how much that defeat hurt, putting a beating on the Aggies, the likes of which they had never suffered before. When the dust settled and everyone looked up, the scoreboard said it all. Can the Aggies avenge last year's pounding, or will the Sooners once again make it the worst of times for the men of College Station? This is one tough place to play. The home of the 12th man, and Oklahoma knows that well. Welcome to the BCS Spotlight game presented by ADT. It's the number 22 team in the country. The Aggies of Texas A&M against the undefeated and second-ranked Sooners of Oklahoma here at Kyle Field. Second down at 7. Again, Reggie McNeil in the gun. Pumps one way, now in trouble. And he throws on the run. It's got a man wide open. Touchdown. Terrence Murphy. The threat of being able to run opened that whole thing up to find a wide open receiver.
The improvisation of the quarterback, Reggie McNeil. I mean, that play was so far from what it was supposed.
Right now the Sooners are spread out as White's back to throw. Gonna go deep. Got a man open. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Travis Wilson. Touchdown pass. Number 21 on the year for Jason White. As I said, you don't keep the Sooners quiet for long. Travis Wilson having a big year for the Sooners. He was one of the guys that Bob Stoops sort of pointed out to us when we talked to him the other day. And for Travis, his 8th touchdown catch of the year. That leads the team. Trey DiCarlo to kick. The extra point is up and good. Well, we got a good ball game going on here. Big 12 land. An 81-yard drive in 10 plays.
A key drive for Oklahoma. That was a big-time drive. You're on the road in a tough place to play, and you take it down, and you score 7 points. That gets you right back in this ball game.
Wilson caught the touchdown, but remember, on the 2 third downs and long, it was White to Clayton, and that was the combo so many times a year ago.
Watch over here. The receiver's going to go down the middle, and you're going to see the free safety, Appel, fall down on the play. 19 is Appel. Right here, you see Appel falling, and the ball coming to the receiver. Appel was looking inside to the receiver that was going across the field.
Passing, the cornerback. And the quarter is going to come to a close. Everybody can take a big, deep breath. They don't have to yell for the next 2 minutes. The Aggies, though, making some noise against the number 2 team in the country. They lead by a touchdown. And you're watching ABC Sports Championship Television.
It's wrapped up and wrapped around and goes how Reggie McNeil goes.
Here he goes again. He wants it all. Going deep. He's got a man out there. Touchdown! Touchdown, Texas A&M. Chad Schroeder down the sideline. It's a 45-yard touchdown. Couldn't have been thrown any better.
Les Kenning, the offensive coordinator.
First down. So an automatic first down on a 3rd and 16. Peterson end around coming to Bradley. Bradley got a block. Looking for the corner. Gets it outside the 40. And out to about the 43. It'll be a first down run to pick up a 13. Mark Bradley really coming into his own with the Sooner team in the last couple of weeks. Last week against Oklahoma State, he had 4 catches for 128 yards and 3 touchdowns. Averaging almost 21 yards a catch. And boy, he was huge against the Cowboys last week. As White found him in the corner, he had one great play where he tipped it to himself and went 72 yards. And capped it off with a 3rd score to help them beat their cross-state rivals 38-35. Jason White, play action, wants it all. Going deep, got a man out there. Clayton made the catch. What an adjustment by Mark Clayton.
Yeah, he adjusted twice. If White gets that ball down the field far enough, he takes this in the middle, mid-stride, and goes into the end zone. He had to wait for the ball. Take a look. It's going to be a deep post. Now, White just has to throw the ball to the middle of the field, to the end zone.
Boy, he almost got face masked at the end of the play, too.
Doesn't get it out there far enough.
This is a swan-like catch. 44-yard pickup.
So you're right. Bradshaw would have had the ball out there.
At the 13, first down. Toss sweep. Adrian Peterson puts his head down, gets some tough yardage. Appel again in on the stop. Those two are getting pretty well acquainted in this ball game. 21-7 A&M. Trying to pull an upset for the second time in 3 years. I should say 2 years. The biggest play of the game for both teams right here. Peterson in the eye. Will get the toss on 3rd and 1. Peterson, touchdown. The ball's loose in the end zone.
But he was in.
He was already in, and it already landed. Adrian Peterson, his 9th touchdown on the ground this year. 21-13.
That's just, this is some heavy hitters offensively. Reggie McNeil and the Aggies just going down. They've had the ball 3 times. They've scored 3 times. And now Oklahoma and Bob Stoops, the character of this team, the leadership. Offensively, they've got 10 starters back from the team last year. They said, all right, we're down 21-14. We need to go down and score again. And they did.
Second time they've answered the call. Now Ricardo will try to make it a 7-point ball game. And he does. Extra point is good. Wow. We got a heck of a ball game going, folks. Peterson, for the 8th time this year, finds the end zone to cap a 73-yard drive. 21-14 Aggies. He punted 12 times last year in this game. When you're getting beat 77-0, that tends to happen. His only block kick of the year came last week. He'll try to keep it out of Mark Clayton's hands. He's going to throw it. The fake is on, and it's successful. A&M down the sideline. Still on his feet. Irvin Taylor might take it for a touchdown. He does. Texas A&M. I said I didn't think they'd get fancy in their own territory. I was wrong. 71-yard touchdown on a fake punt.
And that's just a great call by Franchione. You would expect that if you're across the 50, perhaps. But like you said, in your own end zone, backed up in your own territory, not usually.
Pegram's point after is good. The Sooners sideline is stunned. This crowd again is electrified. And I mean, they are making some noise.
Here's Taylor, the guy on the end of the line. When the punter gets the ball, he's going to fake the punt. Watch Taylor over. Now Taylor just turns out. Now look, you got a lineman coming out to block for him. If you're going to try this, get it to somebody that has some speed that can break some tackles and run away from people. Clayton misses the tackle, and he's down the sideline. 4 possessions and 4 touchdowns for the Aggies.
Second completed pass by the punter, Jacob Young, this year. None bigger. And boy, did he sell that punt before he pulled it up and threw it.
And that was key.
Here they are back at the 24-yard line. White down the middle's got his man. Touchdown.
Great job by Jason White.
Joe John Finley, the tight end. They don't use the tight end often, but they found him wide open right there.
He looks to his left and hits the tight end down the middle. That's a big drive, another big drive. Here you go. Here's Finley. He's going to go straight down the middle, but watch, he's going to look this way to draw everybody's attention. He looks that way.
Wide open. DiCarlo in now for the point after. Up and good. It's a 1-touchdown game again.
I tell you,
boy, this is fun.
I tell you what, this is a tough situation for Oklahoma to be in. The Sooners on the road, down in a crowd as loud as this. But they've got the character, they've got the leaders, they've got the seniors to come back and do this. A&M, on the other hand, has to keep it going.
Yep.
And can Reggie
pulled off the upset? Jason White's got other ideas, obviously, for Oklahoma. This should be one heck of a second half. Adrian Peterson looking like he's deep in thought and also trying to stretch those very valuable legs that'll come in handy in the second half for Oklahoma, without a doubt. So Trey DiCarlo's got it teed up. The Aggies will touch it first. Terrence Murphy, the ball bounces. He's got to make a play on it. It's still loose. Oklahoma's got it. Tony Cade on the opening kick of the third quarter covers the loose ball.
Everything you just talked about at halftime goes out the window. Oklahoma says, let's go out and get a break. Let's go out and do something. You never thought that you'd get the opening kickoff on a fumble, or not even a fumble. You just went down and recovered it.
In your wildest dreams, even Bob Stoops on a perfect day couldn't have been thinking that his first play of the third quarter would be this, and his second play would be a 1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
I don't know how much that sun over in that corner and the shadows and the sun kept that receiver from playing that ball correctly.
So the Sooners with a
shadow up here. Yeah.
Golden opportunity to tie this thing up. Peterson. They've got him dropped for a yard loss, maybe 2. Let's check in with Lynn.
Well, when Bob Stoops came out, I asked him his thoughts in this game, and he said, yes, we made some obvious mistakes in the first half and some not so obvious. We're going to make some adjustments. But he said to me, his parting comment was, you know what, Lynn? I don't think we could have played any worse in the first half. But we're only 7 points down. We're going to be okay.
They might be okay in a couple of plays, but they have found tough sledding down around that 10-yard line of A&M. 2nd and goal back at the 11.
Clayton is in motion.
Into the slot, and now outside the slot on the left side. White, plenty of time. End zone, touchdown. Oklahoma, and it's Mark Bradley. We're less than a minute into the third quarter, and second-ranked Oklahoma a point after away from tying the game.
A&M has got to be in shock. As well as they've played the whole game, then they've only had 4 turnovers all year, and that's got to be considered a turnover when you don't field your opening kickoff.
We haven't been tied in the ball game except the scoreless tie to open. DiCarlo will try to even it right here. Extra point is good. There's a lot of folks at Kyle Field that hadn't even gotten back into their seats from getting a hot dog, and all of a sudden it's 28 apiece.
Here's the slot receiver. He's just going to go down and get to the back of the end zone. The outside guy, now he's got kind of a trailer. He just slides around. Nice throw. Does he get his foot down? Yes, he does.
Both of them. 2 plays, 10 yards, 49 seconds, and all of a sudden, there's where we are, 28 apiece. Jason White getting the glad hand from his head coach. And there's a fired up Bob Stoops. He said to Lynn, we'll be all right. Boy, are they all right now. 28-28. Big 12 South on the line for Oklahoma. National championship dreams on the line. We got a lot left to play for. Fumble! Oklahoma's got it. Rufus Alexander as Murphy coughed it up as he was going down.
That's 2 mistakes by the Aggies on 2 possessions. An interception and then a fumble recovery. Great field position for the Sooners.
And give credit to Anyanagetchia on that corner. He's the guy that caused the ball to come out.
The Aggies have come out. Take a look. The helmet goes right on the ball. They've come out the second half, and they've fumbled it. They've turned it over the first 2 possessions. The momentum has shifted in this ball game. They came out hotter than fire, scored on their first 4 possessions.
Now at the 11-yard line again. 1st and 10, Oklahoma after the turnover. Clayton will be the motion man. White looking left, comes back to the middle. Incomplete, intended for Clayton, and it's going to be pass interference on Appel. And that quiets down the crowd. Although it's not going to be the most costly of penalties because it'll just take it half the distance. But still, it'll get him down around the 5. It'll be Peterson behind his big fullback. And an eye set. 1st and goal, Oklahoma, trying to take the lead for the first time today. Play action. White lobs it. Touchdown. And it's his tight end again, Bubba Moses. And the Sooners lead for the first time today. Jason White's 4th touchdown pass of the day. And the story I was going to tell, I can tell quickly right now. Barry Switzer came in to Bob and I at halftime and said, guys, not only do we have a great chance to win this game, but if Jason White plays the second half like he played the first half, he's got a good chance to repeat as a Heisman Trophy winner.
And there's a lot of truth to that. Everybody just kind of forgotten about him. But they were down, as the extra point is good, they were down 14 points. They were down early in the first half, and if he brings them back to win, Jason White's name will be out there.
Here's his 4th touchdown pass to his big tight end. For the first time today, the Sooners have the lead. And the quarter will come to a close. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a fantastic finish. I don't think you're going to want to miss the 4th quarter of this battle in the Big 12 South. 35-28, number 2 Oklahoma trying to hold on. A&M trying to be the spoiler again. You're watching ABC Sports Championship Television.
In Search of Sleep. Monday, watch Eyewitness News 5 at 5.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, Dan Cody, the defensive captain in the middle, got his team around him to fire his squad up. Now watch what happens. He's exerting a lot of energy as he has through 3 quarters playing defensive end. Okay, guys, we got to win the 4th quarter for the national championship. Now, wait a minute. Whoa. That's what you call a blood pressure check there. He actually fainted after getting his troops all ready. Yep. 2nd down and goal. This time, Ranyon keeps it, and Cody just leveled it.
He powered up.
He did. Whoops. He's a little wobbly again.
He's not right.
No, they got to get him out of there. His teammates are saying, get him out of here.
He is not right. I mean,
Boys,
It comes and goes.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't speculate. It could be anything from dehydration to hyperventilation. He could have gotten a hit or something during the course of the ball game.
Yeah.
You just don't know, but it's obvious he cannot stay in this ball game much.
Somewhere along the line, you're going to have a kick or an extra score to try to beat somebody anyway. And they're not close enough to the goal line to do anything but take the field goal attempts here.
Yeah, but don't tell the defense that right now. I don't think they're going to trust. I think that if he kicks it, they'll gladly have him kick it.
Todd Pegram has hit 14 straight field goals. This is a 21-yard field goal attempt, and it's a fake, as Bob said. They come up and throw it. It's a touchdown.
They weren't even rushing, and it works.
Joey Thomas, the tight end. Schroeder, the guy that caught one earlier, throws that one out of his holding position. Now they have faked a punt for a touchdown and a field goal for a touchdown.
They weren't even rushing. They were looking for a fake, and the play was so good that it worked. I'll show you it in a minute.
Now we'll see the extra point. This time Schroeder will not pull it up. We don't expect. He'll put it down for his kicker. And we've got a tie game. What a game. 35-35. The smooching begins. Bob Stoops isn't going to be kissing anybody, I'll tell you that.
I mean, that play was so good. Here you go. Here, look at this guy. The defense is standing up. They're looking for some trick. Let me show what it was. This receiver runs here. The tight end comes behind the line of scrimmage and sneaks behind. Watch this. The tight end comes behind, and there he is right there. He came behind the line of scrimmage out to that area. That's a great play.
Boy, that is some kind of play. And it wasn't a bad throw either, was it?
The receiver on the side goes across field to take everybody with him. And that tight end came from behind the line of scrimmage.
Bob Stoops' reaction.
You know what that's called? That's called field goal safe or punt safe. If you don't want to rush, he's just a redshirt freshman too, playing for the first time this year, Hayes.
At the 40-yard line, second-ranked Oklahoma on the ropes. A third down and 10. They're in Aggie territory. But this is the biggest play of the day so far. White waiting. Throws on the run. Got it complete. It's Mark Bradley. He broke free. Touchdown.
What a great play by White. Jason White keeping it alive. He set up in the pocket. He started getting flushed. He scrambled around a little bit, had some time, and threw it on the run. For the second year in a row, Jason White has thrown 5 touchdown passes against the Aggies. 39-yard touchdown pass, and it's 41-35, an all-important extra point coming up. Mark Bradley, who just caught the touchdown pass, is the holder. DiCarlo in to try to give his team again a 7-point lead. And does. 6 minutes, 43 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The #2 team in the country, led by their Heisman Trophy winner of a year ago, have taken the lead one more time. Now they're dead serious.
It isn't so fun against the #2 team in the country. Final play, barring a touchdown. Branyan going deep, left side, 3 guys out there, tipped, almost caught. It was almost caught. And the game is over. And Oklahoma has survived Kyle Field and the Aggies of Texas A&M, but barely. What a ball game.
What an outstanding game.
2 well-coached teams who put a lot of offense together today. And in the end, it was the Heisman Trophy winner from a year ago who proved that he still had the medal. Jason White's 5 touchdown passes is what led Oklahoma to the win. But there's the possibility. It was tipped twice and very nearly a touchdown. So last year there were 77 points in this game, but they were all Oklahoma's. This year there's 77 points scored, and it was split almost down the middle as the quarterback looks on to what could have been. Lynn Swans with Bob Stoops.
Well, Coach Stoops, I don't know how the game went last week at the end of Oklahoma State, how you felt. But I'm exhausted watching this ball game.
Well, we're very fortunate. I'm going to steal a phrase from a buddy of mine. The good Lord was smiling on the Sooners today. We were really lucky. And just out-coached. I did an awful job at the end, even with clock management. And, you know, but, hey, we're fortunate enough to win. We got lucky, and we made enough plays to win here in a tough environment, giving up as much as we did. Or give A&M credit. They really played a great game, and Coach Francione and his staff really did a great job.
Coach, they did a great job, but when I talked to you at halftime, you talked about adjusting, coming back. You're only 7 points behind. You found a lot of resolve in Adrian Peterson after being hurt. Cody came back in this ballgame.
That's right. You know, we couldn't play much worse defensively in the first half, and through it all, we end up, as you said, the positive side of that in the locker room was, hey, we're only down 7 points away from home. We can build on that, and then we took the lead back, and, you know, they made some excellent plays, and, you know, some of the fakes, we were in safe situations, safe formations looking for them, but they executed them. We didn't defend them very well.
Well, Coach, this is more than a bump in the road, but you survived it. You're still undefeated, and the dreams are still ahead.
Yeah, we were really lucky today, Lynn. Thank you.
Thank you. Brett?
Bob Stoops, very honest evaluation of this ball game. Our Chevrolet players of the game in this one. Jason White, 5 touchdowns for the second year in a row against the Aggies. Jackson Appel seemed to be all over the field from his safety spot for Texas A&M. In recognition of their efforts, Chevrolet make a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund. Wow, that's about all you can say after one like this. Oklahoma is number 2, but they finished things off when they had to. And they win it 42-35 in a very, very tough spot. ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com. Search ABC Sports. For Bob Greasy and Lynn Swan, Brad Nessler saying so long from College Station, Texas. Again, our final score. Number 2 OU 42, Texas A&M 35. Now let's join John Saunders, Craig James.